And we are going live. Hello all and welcome to the third day of the Confidently Stand Up and Stand Out Online Challenge. I am your host, Diva, and I am super excited to have you here with me today. This is one of my favorite days, and this is where we start to talk about level up your brand personality. And I thank you ladies who have joined me for the past 2 days in this challenge. And you have been doing the call to action exercises, you know, working hard to become the comfortable and confident brand that you are. We talked about how you're being the face of your brand is going to give people something to connect with, a brand that they can trust, and a brand that they will have more loyalty to. So I'm going to say welcome, welcome again, and I'm going to ask some of you ladies to get ready and turn on your cameras so that I can see you and really feel that you're here with me and with the other sisters for this challenge. Today is the day that you all are gonna get to level up. Yeah, level up. Minu, you get to level up. Stephanie, you get to level up. Vanessa, you get to level up. Dr. Denise, you get to level up. Today, everyone gets to level up. And you see, like over there, woo-hoo-hoo. Let's all level up and bring our personality to the forefront. All of us have a unique and wonderful personality to share. And it may come across in different ways. You know, I love music. So when I do something and it's really express my personality, I'm going to use music in the forefront or in the background. So let's get back to our slideshow. One of the things I want you to do, just go ahead and drop a hello and a hi in the chat so that I know you're here today. And I also want to ask you some of your takeaways from the previous days. Some of the phrases, some of the things that we talked about. I'm hoping that will stick with you. One of the things we talked about yesterday was the FEAR, the new description of fear. We're going to use our fear, ladies. We're not going to put it away or try to suppress it. We're going to drive right straight through it. And the new acronym for fear is, let's see if anyone's got it in the chat. Let's put it down there. All right. I'll give you a second. And also we had our assignment. Go to the website, download the Confidence Hacks Challenge, and in that you will see lots of ways that you can instantly boost your confidence on a day that you might not be feeling so great. We all have those days. And yes, okay, so if you didn't get it, it is fully energize all resources. That's the new acronym for fear. Fully energize those resources. You have a lot to offer, ladies. We are not building a brand on the traditional credentials of university or some some courses that you did. You are the brand. You are the person that people want to come to. So without any further ado, let's get started. Here is our slideshow. Let me pull that up. And we're talking today about brands, leveling up those brands. And I got some news for you, ladies. I got some good news for you. Let's read it. Didn't you get the memo? Social media gurus are having fun. Did you go to try and do your brand and make it super professional? Ladies, that is corporate style. That's not social media. Yes, we can have the days where we come and we wear our suits and we make an announcement, but social media and the statistics have proven that people are attracted to the fun. I know I got started on Instagram as a place where I wanted to promote my brand, and I spent, money boosting posts. But I realized after a while, what was attracting people the most was the funny, the interesting, the very short clips. And that there's brands like TikTok that take full advantage of that. And the young people are just having fun with it. You can do that too. Look here at the images. This was a challenge that was presented a few years ago by Dolly Parton on her birthday. And it was called, I think it was called the Dolly Parton Challenge. And she asked several celebrities to show the differences between how the social media moguls are represented, how LinkedIn is compared to Instagram. And you see the people in LinkedIn with a suit, they're super professional. That's where you get your resume and other people who want to hire you for your company. That's the image you want to present. Instagram is more of a, the Facebook is more of a who you know. These are my friends. This is my family. This is the real me. This is the relatable me. Instagram, some people get wild, and some people also use it to connect with people who have the same interest. You might find that a lot in Instagram. You might end up connecting to other brands that are similar to yours. So that's something that has to be worked on when you're trying to get your client. And Tinder, well, we don't even need to say what Tinder is. So they're making it fun and they're making it sexy. Most of the videos that people watch on social media are to laugh. So we dig deep yesterday and we talked about being sincere and very authentic when presenting the brand. But now we're going to look at lightening it up and having a bit of fun. So going forward, I've got some more questions for you here. All right. I hope you can see my screen. Who is that? Is that you? Was that you? Now we're looking at the past. And the reason I want to do this exercise is because sometimes we forget our authentic self as we get older and more refined into what we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to do. We kind of let some of the fun part of ourselves slip away. And that's unfortunate because that is one of the things that we can really energize and utilize on social media. And I know some of you, because I know your brands, may be thinking that, well, I'm working with people who are in pain, people who are suffering from a certain condition. How can I make that fun? Well, this is key thing. Make note of this. Show them the finished result. Show them the end goal, where they're going. Show them that you have come through that and now you're having a good time. You're having release. You have recovered. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. They need to see the vision, because if they see you looking still sad and depressed every time you talk about this situation, they're going to say she hasn't really got it yet. So why would I go to her for expertise? So again, this is the way. Part one, if you have your workbook ready, didn't you get the memo? That is corporate, not social media. Part two in the workbook, how to get heard above the noise. Make some noise. And I see that everywhere. It doesn't matter your age or stage of life. I watched one of the biggest social media gurus. She's quite popular. I don't remember her name offhand, but she was doing a chicken dance with her kids over the summer holiday, and she posted that. And that was just her way of saying, hey, here I am. I'm a real person. I have kids. I have fun with my kids. And I'm relatable. Even though I'm a multimillionaire, I did see her in the, maybe billionaire actually. Sarah, something with an S was her name. And she's making some noise. She's showing people that you can approach her, even though she's at this super advanced level of success in her business. So show people that you've got that fun side. Make some games also. When you do a presentation like I'm doing today, and I'll give you one at the end, make some games for people to play. Take them away. Sometimes you want to take them away from their pain and show them they can still have joy and a comfortable. A meditative person, and that is part of your brand. Bring that peaceful, calm spirit to attract the same clients. And Maya Angelou said it best when she said, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I don't have the statistics here, but I do remember one of the big entrepreneurs, Carrie Green, saying about when you put words that create a feeling in your brand, those keywords, women are more likely to connect with those type of keywords. Okay. And when you are, people want to, I want to say this, people want to become empowered through your brand, not another sob story. Be very careful when you make a brand about people's pain and only the pain, and you put the sign on the door. You see, these are what titles are for. And it's okay if you don't have your perfect title ready yet, if you have your core message ready. Your marketing expert can also come alongside you and help you with the title. I help you with the title because that's what I love to do with words. But the sign on your door needs to let people know that they are going to a better, a happier, a stronger place. If the sign on your door, I call it the sign on your door. What I mean is the title. If the sign on your door says, room of sufferers, group of suffering, rejected women, who's going to want to go into that room? Because you are already in pain, and now you're going into a group where everybody's talking about their pain and their suffering, and they start to feel worse. Then people start to drop off, because when people are focused on their pain, they're only focused on themselves. It's a very self-absorbed mindset. But when they start focusing on the steps to move out of that pain, and you say, I can give you the 5 steps or the 10 steps, or I have a program to make you, let me give you some keywords: empowered, triumphant, warrior, overcomer, winner. That's an easy one. Celebrate your journey. Victorious. You are going to be victorious over the suffering that you started with. Make sure to put some of those keywords into your brand so that people say, okay, I want to come in this room and we are going to level up the mountain together. All right, so question, ladies, what is your best decade? What was what was the decade that you were fun and free and carefree? You didn't have all the weight of the world that life brings on you as you get older. You didn't have the responsibilities, and so you were able to just let loose, whether it be dancing, which is every decade for me. Boy, I was moonwalking. I don't remember what that's called, roboting. This is something that you can tap into in order to bring that carefreeness that you had back in the day. I had a Jerry curl. You maybe had some braids. Okay, we've got some dancers. Let's dance it out now. Let's take a little talk break. Come on, ladies. Do a little wiggle with me. This reminds me of wait, I wasn't there, but I also listened to 50s sock hop music. Yeah. Think about, what did she love to do back in the day? Did she get into trouble? When I talk about she, I'm talking about your past self. Was she a troublemaker, a little bit of a rebel? That's fine. Was she a super introvert, quiet and reserved? That's okay too. But try to find the point when she got watered down. If you can go back and find out what happened to make her kind of more, I guess, responsible and heavy, and take off some of those shackles and release her. Because what we want to do is figure out how much excitement and positivity you can create around your brand. Zestful, friendly, is it bright? Is it creative, dynamic? A lot of the women that are coming to you are going to be dynamic. So you can take that key phrase and put it in your marketing. One other, so let's going back to the workbook. Let's see. Yeah, I have it. All right. Let's have someone here. I'm going to just put this in. Anyone else got it? Yeah. All right. I'm going to turn my microphone off and I'm going to do a little dance. Dance with me, ladies. Yeah. So if you got the confidence hack download already, you see this is one of the songs that I've added in there, and I advise you to get your theme song on. Not when you're doing your lives, but when you do your program, you can find a song that fits the theme, that fits the mood that you're trying to create with your group. And you can play that every time you have a session and bring the energy, the positive energy forward through that song.
I help successful women value their time so that they can enjoy life and business again.
Okay.
And that is changing your values, your money mindset, so that, you know your value.
Tell me a little bit more about what you understand about this woman's struggle.
Well, there are entrepreneurs, but they're still working, like you said, from 9 to 5 or 9 till later. They don't take the day off. They're always busy with their business. And if they're busy with their business, they feel guilty for the home situation. And when they're at home, they feel guilty because they do not dedicate time to the business. So finding that balance and creating your own time. I have this phrase of being the CEO of your time, your own time, and then you'll be CEO of your life and business. So if you have that in place, your own time, then everything will fall in place, business and personal wise.
And have you been there before?
Yes, I have been.
Tell me, come on, we revealed. Nino is opening up, and Stephanie is opening up. Come, open up and tell us.
When I was working corporate.
Oh, you just got muted. I don't know why. Stop. Wait. Let's get you off mute. Okay.
Well, 2 examples. When I was working for the corporate business world, I started my own company. I noticed that I was working, I had these long days and everything. So when I switched to being a full entrepreneur, I was working for women, successful women. I was doing their business support and realized that besides business support, they also needed more guidance because they were still being successful, but still didn't have time for the home situation and you know, finding that balance. So, and they were always wondering, but how do you do it? How do you still do the work and still have time to be at home with your children and do fun stuff in the weekend and have days off during the week? So that how do you find the time? And well, first thing is like changing your money mindset. That's very important to know your value, because I work less hours now for the corporate and make more money than when I was working for corporate. So I have more freedom and still make more money. So that is how I create my time and my life. So that is very important.
And I like, because we've spoken before, I like that you're showing us now that you are on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And you found a balance and got through some money blocks, and this is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the struggle. What about the hard days when you were working? And I know it was a 9 to 5, it was 9 to 9.
No, yeah. It was,
tell us about that.
Well, you have to work on yourself. I start realizing, I cannot continue like this. I have to work on myself. Mm-hmm. And that's very important, your own transformation. If you don't transform, if you don't do yourself personal development, you cannot be the person you want to be.
I want a little less you, and I want a little less
me.
More I.
Yeah.
Tell me about the hardest day at work.
The hardest day at work is when
that you've had in the past.
Yeah, when I finished, like for instance, COVID situation, I was working at home and I had my side business. So one time my son asked me, but are you still behind the laptop? Because I was working from 9 to 5 for the corporate, and after 9 to 5 was working on my own business. And he was like, the laptop was business, the laptop is open. That means mommy is working. And he was like, are you still working? When coming to bed, dropping in bed. And he knew that after I drop him, put him in bed, I was still going back behind the laptop. Mm. So then I said, you know what? I am going to change this. I am going to make sure that mommy is going to have only one job, and that she doesn't have to be working all day behind the laptop. So that was my motivation, my children, so that I could really spend time with them and not be working all the time. So that was really, and now even sometimes he still says you behind the laptop, but that's a different situation. Okay. But in general, that was like my why, that to spend time with the children, to do things that I like to do and still work and still earn money.
So don't forget to add that to your message. You give this story, because storytelling is a great way of selling, and everyone is going to tell you that. You talk about the day that your eyes were tired. Get graphic, get detail. Your eyes were tired. You had the headache. You were still behind the laptop, and your son came and said, "Mom, are you still at work?" And you could see the look on his face and the disappointment. And that's when something changed for you. And when you tell that story, there's going to be so many women that can relate to that. And they'll say, how did she do it? They're going to want to know how you came from that hard place. I know you're a hard worker. You had the corporate job and this job and the other side job. They're going to want to know how you transition. So let them know that you were there where they are, and then you transition. And so work on building that story. Yeah. Yeah. And there are so many that's going to be attracted to your brand just by that. So it's a great brand. Good work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. And thank you for joining us, Tina. Oh, we're so happy to have you. I know that you have been off and on with family, and you're here now. Dr. Denise. Oh, Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie has to leave. Oh, yes, we're over time. Go ahead. I haven't given the CTA for today. Oh dear. I went to the last CTA, but let me just quickly, before we go back to the CTA for today, I'll show you on the screen. before anybody else leaves. I hope Stephanie gets this, because she's been really diligent with her CTAs, is I'm young and I'm proud. Say it out loud with me, ladies. I'm young and I'm proud. Okay, it's okay if you're muted, because you're getting the practice. And so what I have, there's lots of pictures here. For your CTA, I want you to find a picture of yourself when you were young and free. And that's one of the things we talked about today, is the time that we were young and maybe maybe we were in school. Yeah, come on, doctor, you gotta get a good laugh at this. We were in school and we didn't kind of geeky and all of that, but we didn't have the responsibilities that we do now. And we want to, if you can do this challenge, then you can be very comfortable getting on camera and being bold, because this is not you anymore. But we also need to be proud of her, because she worked hard to get you where you are today. So very simple CTA, get your goofiest picture on, or you're young, and say, I'm young and I'm proud. And part two, if you want to add to that, say why you're proud. I'd say, I'm proud of her for being persistent, just being persistent. There was adversity, there was health issues, but she never stopped going for her goals, no matter what. And she got older, and then she lost all her hair. But I'm proud. You be proud of the woman that you were, and all the mistakes she made, because she has brought you here to where you are now. And that is something you're going to teach your clients. And when you get on online and start working with these clients, make sure to tune in. That was what today was about. Level up your brand by tuning into that younger voice who was carefree and believed in having fun. So that is your CTA. And for those of you that are joining us just today, go back and do the other CTAs and have fun with them. And we will have fun with you. Hey, ladies, this is free advertising. You're letting the world know who you are and your personality. And then you're going to carry that on to your brand. All right, doctor, we are ready.
I was like, who is she talking to?
You.
All right. Hello, ladies. So who am I talking to? I'm talking to the woman who has been a go-getter her entire life, and has, through age, she has developed conditions in her health, but she wants to get a handle on it before it's too late. She wants to prevent and reverse health conditions. So I help her prioritize her health and wellness so she can have the energy and the vitality to live and enjoy the success as she pivots in life, to have the energy to go the distance and feel good about herself again.
Okay, all right. Now, making that relatable, because I know you've got this powerful, strength to you, but where did that come from? It's time to dig a little deep.
Okay, so that's easy. So that came from years of me doing the hustle, trying to be financially successful and acquire all the things that are the dream in our culture, and developing a condition that actually took me out of work. Oh. Yes.
Tell us about the condition.
Well,
not too private, because I think you spoke about it before.
Chronic pain. So it's a chronic pain. I mean, there's different diagnoses that can lead to chronic pain, right? So they can come from different ailments, but it boiled down to chronic pain. And the first thing the doctor said to me is called overuse abuse. And I'm thinking, I didn't know there was a thing with a body part, you know? I mean, we just go. And so it got to the point where I needed surgery and I couldn't do the things anymore. And that just trickled down. It affected me financially. I didn't know if I was going to keep my house or whatever. Then, of course, depression steps in, because that mental part of it affects so many parts. But I was in denial about that. And so I understood that if I was going to live and enjoy life, because when you get that type of diagnosis, that's not part of your life plan when you sit down years prior to plan out your life. And so I had to say, okay, I have a choice to just sit and let it consume me, or to stand up and do what I can to make the most of what I have left. And that's what I help women do.
Okay. So you have a story there. So it's the same as I spoke with Vanessa. Key into that story so that she hears you and she sees herself in your past life.
Now that is something that I will honestly say I tend not to do, because when I'm speaking, it's not about me, it's about me moving them forward and what have you. So weaving my story in typically comes last, if I need to really drive a point home and let them know, listen, I've been there. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that and balance.
Try and figure it out, because you also, I mean, you have this super powerful image, but you also and persona, but you also want to show that you can relate to them, rather than just saying I can relate to that. You can give the story. You key on 4 huge things: physical illness, financial, the loss of the house, and the depression, and there was another one that I lost, but I'll mention it to you later. Let me tell you that most of the famous gurus, I won't even say their names, that's where they start with. They tell you, they tell you, my baby did not have Pampers. Okay. They tell you, I was eating out of a garbage dumpster. They reveal that. And then you look at them, you say, what? You were that person? Don't be afraid to show that vulnerability. You don't have to go too deep on it. As soon as you say, I almost lost my house. There's several gurus that say I was homeless and I lived out of a car. Think about that and listen to their stories. Because I know you're tuned into the gurus on social media and those people. So listen to their stories and figure out how they weave it in. And you can do the same without taking away any of your power and any of your success that you've achieved now. And when you say that, immediately it clicks. Oh, I can listen to this woman and go to this woman, because she will not look down on me where I am now, about to lose my house and finances are the pits. She won't judge me. And that's what they need to know. Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah. And I really wish Stephanie hadn't left, because one of the things I was trying, and I will tell her again, I didn't want you to completely erase the message and make it short. I just want you to put the title, the short title, at the top before you go into the description, the detailed description. So I will catch up with her and explain that more later. Tina, do you have any questions or anything to share at this time? I appreciate you for just dropping in. Anything about your message?
I think, like we had spoken before, that I feel like I'm having to recommit because I have a lot of family issues going on, which in work stuff that drew me away the last 2 days. So work got in the way for the last 2 classes. But it's, I think with some of the family stuff, I'm restructuring my focus, and it'll be more about what I want to focus on is working with healthy, vibrant seniors and retirees to help them connect through energy work and meditation. And then eventually it'll be another path that will be helping them to leave their legacy. So first it would be getting within themselves through energy work and meditation and opening. And then once they're open, they can then tap into the legacy side of it, knowing that their story means something and that it's valuable.
All right. Well, I'm glad to see that you are following your passion, because you had different ideas that came up before, but when you talked about seniors, you said, I love working with seniors. So your mission now, I won't give you any message clarity, but I'm glad you have the clarity of your passion to try and get some of the CTAs done. And I advise you ladies that have stuck with me this far to continue on with your doing the CTAs and getting comfortable on camera. And an additional homework for Tina is to say, I am 80 years old and I want to share my legacy with my young grandkids. And I want to do, well, maybe I've heard about this meditation stuff, but I'm not too sure if that's the right stuff for me. So Tina, why should I listen to a young chitlin like you? Okay, so that might be the question that arises. If you have an answer, go ahead.
I would say that we're all young within ourselves, and by opening to the energy, you get back to that youthful feeling, and knowing that it is there and they've not tapped into it yet, by introducing that and just the feel of the energy that they'll be able to experience will help them become more vibrant.
Thank you. You sold me with that phrase, get back to that youthful feeling. Mm-hmm. You sold it just like that, because who doesn't want that?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So ladies, we're finishing at the half hour, right on time. And I appreciate everyone that has come to join us today, even on Facebook. And love you, love you, love you. And we're just gonna, because today was the dance day. So I hope you get the boogie on stuff. Here we go. Let's dance it out. Hey, ladies. I hope this helps, and I hope to see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Oliva.
You're welcome.
Bye.